not that one person that sit down and talk about pastors, but I feel if this is not handled, it will continue to happen and we'll continue to lose lives. That is the more reason why we need to talk about this. We need to create more awareness about this so that we'll stop losing lives. What's up, amazing family? Welcome back to my channel. Is your girl KC in the building, and I'm here to talk about how our pastors have been telling us lies. Now see, I know what you're thinking within you. I'm not here to cast any pastor. I'm not here to talk about any man of God. It's not even my kind of video, but I just know we need to talk about this so that we will stop losing lives. If you're seeing this face for the first time, I want to properly welcome you to my channel. Yes, I do videos around food, health tips, gist, and all those good stuff. Don't mind me. Now, if this sounds like what you want to know about it or what you want to be part of, please consider subscribing to my channel. And for the old subscribers, how na day on no side love ma. So without further ado, guys, let's dive right into this video and find out so many ways that our pastors have been telling us lies. Not that one person that will sit down and want to cast a man of God or want to talk about pastors, but I believe if this is not handled, it will continue to happen and will continue to lose lives. Now trust me guys, something prompted this video. I didn't just wake up and want to talk about pastors, but something triggered this video. And it happens a few days back. A friend of mine came and we were gisting, and one thing led to the other. We started talking about multiple pregnancy, that is twin babies, and I told her how I love twin babies and all that. And she told me of a lady very close to her that gave birth to, that just delivered. I was so happy, and while she told me it was triplet, I was super happy. And I noticed her countenance changed. When I noticed this, I asked her what the problem was, and she told me that they lost the lady. I felt so bad. Like, I started asking her what happened, was it after delivery and all that. That was when this lady started gisting me what happened. She was actually booked for CS because during the third trimester of her pregnancy, I think the baby's position or something wasn't okay, and her doctor booked her for CS. On the supposed date of CS, she didn't show up, okay, and she went into labor. I think after some days, she went into labor, and instead of going to the hospital where she registered for antenatal, she went to a delivery home and delivered her triplet there. After delivery, she started bleeding. She bled profusely until before they could rush her to a proper health care, the story changed. We lost her. So after everything, the husband was lamenting that this woman was booked for CS. He has already made plans for the CS, ran around for money and all that. And even while he was running around for the money and everything, she was telling him not to bother, that the pastor told her that she would deliver like Hebrew women, that CS is not her portion, and every spirit of CS that he cast and bind and all that. My people, that is the problem. I don't know who made us. I don't know. I've tried to read this particular verse of the Bible talking about delivering like Hebrew women. I've read it over and over again. I didn't see where the Bible specifically said that delivering like a Hebrew woman has anything to do with VJ delivery. There was nowhere the Bible said such. So I don't know what gave us this thing. I don't know who gave us this explanation. What gave us this notion that when you deliver through CS, you didn't deliver through the biblical way of, the Hebrew women. There are so many things that could actually predispose a woman to having or going through cesarean section to bring her bundle of joy to this world. So many factors could actually predispose a woman to going through CS rather. And Irrespective of the way you bring your bundle of joy to this world, I want to tell you that you deliver like the Hebrew women. Whether V delivery or CS, as far as you are alive at the end of the day and your baby is alive and healthy, that is my own explanation of delivery like Hebrew women. And our pastors have so built this in us that once a woman hears anything about CS, she starts looking for, thinking that CS is a spirit, or starts condemning CS, start telling herself, the Bible says, I will deliver like Hebrew women. I beg. Who actually told you people the way Hebrew women deliver their babies? I have gone through the Bible to find out if there was any specification about, whether the Hebrew women delivered via CS or whether the Hebrew women delivered via VG delivery. And I didn't see any of such. Biko, Angel, Emma Binu, our pastors, tell us the right thing. CS is not a spirit. And if you give birth to your baby via CS, you deliver like the Hebrew women. Today I'm going to be talking a little about the factors that could actually predispose a woman to going through CS. And I want you to understand that these factors are not what man can actually change. And it doesn't mean if you deliver as a result of any of the factors listed above that you didn't deliver like Hebrew women. The first thing I'm going to talk about is not a factor, it's not a predisposing factor, it's just a choice. And this is elective CX. I just wake up in the morning and I'm heavily pregnant, and I walk up to my doctor and say, Doctor, I want to have this baby via CX. This is my choice, and I expect everyone out there to respect my choice. Some people always feel that women who opt for CS are lazy, they are not women enough and all that. Please, pregnancy itself is not easy. Pregnancy, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months of pregnancy is not easy. So irrespective of whichever way a woman chooses to bring her bundle of joy to this world, I expect everyone to respect it, because it doesn't show weakness, it doesn't show that she's not woman enough or whatever. It's just a choice, and it should be respected. A woman's choice of the way she brings her bundle of joy to this world should be respected. I remember what happened a few months ago when I gave birth to my little princess. I think I gave birth to her around 12:38 a.m. and I just updated my WhatsApp status and slept off. I woke up in the morning with so many congratulatory messages, and the first call I received was from a woman. This lady called me. I was like, congratulations, I saw your WhatsApp status, congrats, I'm coming over to your house to check on you. And I told her, oh, please come to the hospital. We're still in the hospital, and the doctor said he will be observing us for some time before discharging us. And this lady could not even allow me to finish what I was talking about. And the next thing I had was, yeah, sorry, now CS you use born, yeah, sorry. At this point, I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to tell her. I didn't even know whether to start explaining to her that I didn't give birth through CS. It's just the hospital policy and all that. I just kept quiet and, allowed her to, just believe whatever she wants to believe, because I don't know why someone would tell me, hey, yeah, when I'm alive, my baby is alive, we are healthy, even if I gave birth to my baby via CS. I don't see any reason why somebody should be sympathizing with me. Why are you sympathizing with me? Over what? Over what? So it's better we understand the factors that could actually predispose a woman to going through CS. Maybe this will help us to understand CS better, and also help us to educate others around us. Because the people that carry this issue more on their head are women. You make that your fellow woman living close to you because she gave birth to CS. You make her look like she's not woman enough. You make her look like, in fact, that CS baby is not even a baby. I don't know why we believe that a woman who gave birth to CS is just looking for an easier way. And I sit down here to ask you, I don't know about you, but that 9 months journey was something else for me. So even if at the end of the day I decided to give birth to my bundle of joy via CS, I expect everyone to respect it. There are so many factors that could actually predispose a woman to going through cesarean section to bring her bundle of joy to this world. One of the factors is stilled labor or prolonged labor. Any factor could actually make the labor to be prolonged or for long. For instance, if you are a woman who has given birth previously, staying in active labor for over 15 hours is just an indication that an emergency CS is needed. For a woman who has not given birth before, for a primate, that is, a woman who is giving birth to her first baby, staying in active labor for over 22 hours is an indication that CS should start being in her consideration rather. So stilled or prolonged labor is one of the predisposing factors that could actually make a woman to undergo cesarean section. Another factor that could actually predispose a woman to cesarean section is fetal distress. Now this has to do with the baby, not the mother. Okay, in a case whereby the oxygen supply to the baby rather is not enough, it is advised that in order to save the life of the baby, that CS should be done to bring this baby alive and start proper medical management immediately. Another factor that could actually predispose a woman to going through CS to bring her bundle of joy to this world is what we refer as malpresentation, fetal malpresentation, or presentation, or position rather. For instance, there are some babies that position with their buttocks, some come with their shoulder, and all that. The birth presentation is cephalic, whereby the head of the baby is propelled towards the V canal, the delivery canal. Now, I want to ask, can the strength of a woman actually change the position of this baby? No. The strength of the woman cannot change it. Some people go and say, okay, it can be manipulated and all that. See, if you have the money to go through CS, please leave all those manipulation and whatever and go through the right way to bring your bundle of joy to this world. If the V is not working, the CS will definitely work. Now, another factor that will actually predispose a woman to going through CS is congenital abnormality of any kind. I mean, this baby already have a defect that needs to be managed. Why put the baby through stress of, going through active VG delivery? Why not just open up this woman, bring down this baby, and start management immediately? Now, another factor that could actually predispose a woman to going through CS is pelvic disproportion. In this case, the woman, the pelvis of the woman, I'm going to kind of explain the types of pelvis we have here. We have the android pelvis, the gynecoid pelvis, the anthropod pelvis, and the platypaloid pelvis. Now, the normal kind of pelvis for female is the gynecoid pelvis. But in some cases, some women present with the android on the arthropod type of pelvis. Now, this pelvis does not allow for engagement of fetal head. Or in some cases, the pelvis might actually be okay, but the head is too big to pass. So whichever way or whichever one is the case, CS is advised. These are some of the many factors that could actually predispose a woman to going through CS. Now, in all these factors I've mentioned, for those that feel that the woman is not strong enough, she's lazy, and believe that those who opt for CS are lazy women, is there anyhow the strength of the woman can actually change these factors, can actually turn things around in these factors I've listed? No. And please, let your pastor stop telling you that CS is a spirit. I'm still trying to ask, what is the name of that spirit attached to CS? CS is not a spirit. CS doesn't show laziness. It doesn't mean any woman who opts for CS is lazy. It doesn't mean she's not woman enough. It doesn't mean she didn't deliver through, rather, she didn't deliver like Hebrew women. It's just a way of bringing your bundle of joy to this world. Let's pass the right education to people. Let's educate people about CS. Let's try to create awareness about CS. When we do this, we tend to reduce the rate at which we lose our mothers. Recently, in one of the posts I saw on social media, this lady refused CS. And at the end of the day, she lost her life. We can't continue to lose our mothers because we're ignorant. We can't continue to lose our mothers because we believe that CS is a spirit. We can't continue to lose our mothers because, one pastor have told us that if we deliver via CS, we didn't deliver like the biblical Hebrew women. No, we have to put a stop to this. And for those that believe, oh, my mother did not give birth through CS, as such I will not give birth through CS. Those factors I listed, some of these factors I listed here, have you ever asked yourself, did your mother in any way had issues with all this? Were you in distress during labor? Did any of your siblings malpresented? Did she have stilled labor? Did any of your siblings have fetal distress? Ask yourself this before you start telling me. I don't even know what made us believe that CS is hereditary. Please, it's not hereditary. It's not. So please, let's pass the right information to people. Let's continue to save lives. Thank you very much for watching up to this point. I hope you've learned one or two things, and I also want to drop other factors that you feel that can actually predispose a woman to going through CS and advice you have for women in the comment section. Until I come your way next time, I want you to know that you are loved.